We see a lot of mandolins in the test kitchen, and while there's no replacement for good knife skills, there are some things that are just faster with a mandolin. This Chefin pull and slice mandolin is an updated version of their original safe slicing mandolin. It's the only mandolin on the market that allows you to keep your top hand still and away from the blade. Chefin has made some great updates in this version that I'll point out as we whip up a quick salad, which is really where I think this mandolin shines. It's great for French fries too, but I love it for salads. So in case you're not too familiar with mandolins, the traditional design is an angled plane with a blade that you run food back and forth against to make thin, even cuts. The problem that the team at Chefin saw with this design is that your hand can come pretty close to the mandolin blade. So they designed their mandolin a little differently. When you use the Chefin pull and slice, your top hand that holds the food stays still, while the blade moves underneath the safety hood and is never exposed. Pretty neat, huh? So let's make our salad. Today I'm making a quinoa salad with a ton of my favorite veggies in it and just a really light vinaigrette. So I'm gonna start, I've already cooked my quinoa. I'm just gonna use that as the base, and then we can get to the veggie prep. I'm going to start by slicing my radishes, and to do that I want to select the flat slicing blade so that I get nice thin pieces of radish. That's this blade right here. The flat blade is always in place, but I do need to move the cutting plane out of the safety position. I do that just by pinching right here. So can you see right here, 0 to 4? I'm going to move it down to 1. And it also has other settings, 2 for julienne and 4 for French fry. So I'll move it right to 1 by pinching. We'll just put it right back in. So easy. I want to check and make sure that I lock the slicing deck by turning right here. See now, when I pull back, it won't go all the way, it's good. Okay, now I just put my radishes in. Let's start with one right in here, and I'm going to put the cover on it. And look at this. Now I just use my other hand to pull the slicing deck back and forth. This is so easy. Let's take a look. Look at these perfect radish slices. You know, if you have great knife skills, amazing, but this is so fast and it's so perfect every time. To cut our carrots, we're going to need the julienne blade. I'm going to unlock the slicing deck and pull it out. Now, if you flip it over, you can see this hole right here. That's where you want to push. So let me push. And look how clever this is. You just pull from the sides where they have arrows, and you pull right up. Keeps you really safe. So I'm just going to turn it over and line it back up, and then you'll hear it click into place. Perfect. And we just need to adjust it to 2 for julienne. Done. Now let me lock it again, and let me show you a really cool trick. We're going to put our carrots in. The pull and slice actually has a notch in the opening right here that you can see to accommodate longer foods, so you don't have to cut everything down. Look at the carrot, they're perfectly julienned. Just gonna add those to my salad. You can see how these amazing textures are gonna make it beautiful. If you find that you have pieces coming through that are still attached to each other, it might be that you're pushing down too hard with your top hand. You really don't need to press down too hard, just light pressure is enough. Now finally we need to dice a red onion. So I'm going to unlock and remove the slicing deck, and I'll just push the julienne blade out like I did the first time from the back. There it is. And use the sides to pull out that blade and replace it with the French fry blade. So again, I'm just going to push through right here. They keep you nice and safe with these tabs. And then pull it out from the sides. Oops, put it right back up. And you'll hear it click into place again. There we go. And now you need this to be on 4 for the French fry setting for it to slide back in. So I've already adjusted that. Put it back in and put it on lock again. Look at that. So you're safe, okay? I'll add my onion. And I already removed the outer skin of the onion. So an important thing to note is that this is not a dicing mandolin. This mandolin can dice, but only onions because they are naturally segmented. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with the slicing deck pulled out, which will help us make our first cut. When you're using the julienne blade and the French fry blade, your first and second cut might be a little tricky, but it will get easier as you continue to make your cuts. It's a great dice. Now sometimes if it looks like things are still stuck together, you just need to work it with your fingers and they'll separate. Okay, let's add this to our salad and finish this up. It's gonna be delicious. All of my favorite ingredients in one place. So I'm just gonna add a couple more things to this quinoa. I've already got my red onion and my radishes and my carrots. And now I'm just gonna add some vinaigrette that I made, and all it is a little bit of Dijon mustard with sherry vinegar and olive oil, salt and pepper. You could certainly use lemon juice if you want instead of vinegar. I like both. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this on. It's really gonna coat the quinoa nicely. And then I'll add some other ingredients. I just have a little bit of chopped mint and some toasted pine nuts. I like to add cheese to this sometimes as well, like a crumbled feta. You could use goat cheese, even blue cheese. But today I'm just keeping it really clean and light. Let's give it a stir. I love how using the mandolin allows me to have all these textural elements in my salad. It's gonna be gorgeous. The julienne carrots, the radish, the red onion. I just want enough vinaigrette so it lightly coats it, and there's nothing left at the bottom of the bowl. Okay, now the best part is we need to taste it. It's delicious. To clean the mandolin, remove the slicing deck and hand wash and dry all the pieces. So I've cleaned everything. For storage, the French fry blade goes blade down into the slicing deck, and the deck should be set to 0 for safety. Do it by the sides again to be safe. Click it into place. There you go. And it's on 0. The julienne blade fits into its plastic cover and then snaps onto the notches underneath the mandolin. So let me show you. It's got this great cover. I'm gonna slide it in here. Click it into place. Put this in. Lock it to be safe again. And then look at this. You can see these 2 tabs. Clicks right in. Upright the mandolin and place the handguard in the opening, and your pull and slice is ready for storage.